Hi drummers, hope you're well. So here's a question I get asked a lot. Can you practice the drums without being at a drum kit? My answer is, oh my god, yes, of course you can. There's so much you can do. So many people sweep into these lessons over summer and they go, well Mike, here's the thing. I haven't done any practice because I've been away from my kit. It's absolute nonsense, man. Do you want to be good at playing the drums or not? How good you are, but it's in your hands. These are my 3 top tips for things you can be doing to develop your drumming or practice your drumming when you're away from your kit. Number 1 is take your drumsticks with you, right? Drum rudiments, you've got to keep your hands moving. If you want to be a great drummer, you've got to every day or almost every day have those sticks in your hand and have them moving, man, because the grass grows back from with your physical skills unless you keep them going. Even if it's as basic as single strokes, double strokes, paradiddles. So ideally, or whatever sticking patterns that you're doing, just keep your hands moving, man. Ideally, take your practice pad. If not, turn your sticks around. Play on the underside of your arm, single strokes, double strokes. You getting this? Paradiddles. Mid-air, man. Massively underrated practice method. Mid-air. Good enough for Dave Grohl and Buddy Rich with pillows, cushions. Keep your hands working, whatever you do. If you have 2 weeks off, man, never picking up a drumstick, you're just going to have so much lethargy, man. You're not going to have that speed. You're not going to have that lovely flick in the wrist. If you want to be a great drummer, I can only repeat, you've got to keep those sticks in your hand and keep them moving. That's number 1. Number 2 is learn the material that you're working on. Now, this is such a great chance when you're away from the kit to just wrap your head around the stuff that you're learning. Say that you're doing drum grades or you're doing whatever pieces that you're learning. Just spend some time having a listen to it. Particularly if you're doing grades or learning written music, just spend some time listening to it. And in particular, you can stick on my video demos of these. I've got a video demo on this channel of almost every piece from most of the grade syllabuses. I'm working on it. Soon I'll have all of them. And I've also got loads of full lessons, full talk-throughs of the song. Sit with them, wrap your head around the challenge. And then when you go back to the kit, you'll be way more informed. A lot of the time, honestly, naming no names, a lot of the guys who come for the sessions here, the challenges they're facing and perhaps where they'd say phrases like, I'm struggling with this or I'm finding this challenging, it's often not the physical playing of stuff, it's just that they haven't really understood what it is they're aiming for. It's usually a music theory thing, or they're not understanding what they're looking at, or they haven't really listened to the music, so they haven't really got the feel for it. So spending some time with the material that you're learning, listen to it. You could do that classic thing of, which I always talk about in these videos, of taking your pen or your pencil, looking at your part, following it as you're hearing the drumming happen, and piece it all together. And again, watch, hopefully my videos are useful, watch those. So that's number 2, wrap your head around the material that you're learning. That'll go such a long way. And number 3 is, well, listen to music more generally, because I just feel so much that the quality of the information, the quality of the stuff that you're going to be coming out with as a musician, well, the number 1 factor that influences that by miles is the quality of the information coming in. And presumably you're doing this, right? Presumably you wanted to learn to play the drums because you love music. I mean, that was the thing for me. I just love music. I love the way drums made music feel. I love the emotional kind of, impact of drums, like lifting a song and making it sound brilliant. So spend some time listening to music more generally. Study the classics, just have a listen. I've got a playlist on Spotify, which I'll link to below, which is what I'm calling a recommended listening for drummers, or something like that. And it's got all the great tracks that have influenced me over the years, where I think the drums are particularly relevant. I'm well happy to add to that as well. So send me your suggestions, I'll add them to the list. They're the big 3 things. So take your sticks, man. Keep your hands moving. Even basic rudiments, just keep your hands working. Number 2 is engage with and spend some time listening to and learning the material that you're trying to play. That will help you so much. And number 3, just listen to music more generally. Develop a love for music. You might be inspired by certain things that you hear. Just have a whale of time listening to music. Develop a love of music. You might even discover some new music, perhaps on that playlist that you didn't know about before, and you end up loving. That's the thing, man. Thanks so much. Any questions, give us a shout. I'll see you soon.